Good morning. It is time for breakfast and I just got out this box of these packets of oatmeal. Thank you, Simeon. Simeon just brought me the kettle so that, you know what, why don't you fill that up to the top with water?
Yay, Mommy, yay!
Are you excited about having this for breakfast?
Yay, Mommy, yay!
So, each of the kids will just make their own breakfast this morning.
Yes.
For the older kids, they usually need 2 packs of oatmeal to have like a good sized bowl of oatmeal. And so, Simeon, tell me what our rule is when you have 2 packs of oatmeal.
You have to have a regular.
Right. So if they're having 2, they can have one of the special packets, but they have to have one regular.
No, but I only want one packet.
You only want one? Okay. I am just getting my breakfast together now. I am switching things up a little bit. I am still having my protein shake smoothie for breakfast, but instead of doing the berries that I usually do and my vanilla protein powder, I am going to do chocolate protein powder and peanut butter. First is my almond milk, some cottage cheese. I'll put a couple of spoonfuls. I don't want to do like a ton of peanut butter, but enough that it's going to taste yummy. Here we go. Because I'm not adding frozen berries, I need to add some ice cubes. And here's the tray I just pulled out of the freezer that has 6 ice cubes in it. One of those things that just, you know, when you have kids, it's the kind of thing that just doesn't surprise you that there would be a tray. I mean, 6 ice cubes is pretty good. Sometimes it's 1 or 2 ice cubes, but I think 6 will be enough for my smoothie. I will fill that in a second, I promise. I'm not gonna stick it back in the freezer like that. I have this chocolate protein powder. This is the container I have it in, but it's the powder I use. It's the same brand as the vanilla one I use. It's the Creed brand, so I'm just gonna add. That scoop seems super big. I don't usually use this. This is Andrew's protein powder because he likes the chocolate and I typically use the vanilla. And lastly, a scoop of my collagen. And then I am ready to blend. It was, what? Is that what it sounded like?
Yeah.
So as it was going, I could tell. Like a pig? Yeah. As it was going, I could just tell it was a little bit thick. So I just have my glass of water over here and I just added a little bit of liquid to that. I definitely prefer the consistency of the smoothie when I use berries, but the taste with this one is still really good. It's just a bit more chunky and not as creamy. Just sitting down and drinking my first coffee. Super quick snack break here. You guys can all have a couple of apricots. I am going to make some grilled cheese for lunch today. I think I'm gonna put bacon bits on the grilled cheese. I don't make grilled cheese a lot, and I think it's because it's tricky to add protein to the meal. It's not tricky. I just put meat on the sandwiches. I can easily do that. But I don't like serving meals very often that have no protein in them. I just know that protein is such an important part of our diet, and it also keeps you full for longer, so I always try to make sure that each of our meals includes some protein. And so I do have a partial load of sourdough bread in the fridge. I also have a loaf of bread I just pulled out of the freezer, and then in here I know I also have a couple of quesadillas that need to be eaten up. And so for my lunch, I am just going to make like cheese and bacon quesadillas, I guess. I'll make it like a grilled cheese, but on tortillas. grilled cheese is ready. We have our ketchup, ranch for dipping our veggies in. I just quickly mixed up a salsa and sour cream mix for me to dip my wraps in. I buttered these and accidentally put the cheese, ooh, those look like they're about done, the cheese and the bacon on the same side that I had buttered instead of on the outside, but that's fine. Let me just see how browned that is. Well, it's fine. They're not like crispy, but that'll be good. Lunch is ready, and I have some very eager kids because it's a little bit of a late lunch today. We just went out and picked up groceries because, as you can see, our fruit basket is empty, so we picked up some fresh fruit and veggies, and so the kids are just bringing the groceries into the house right now, but I think they will all have either bananas or apples for snack, and I need to get dinner going right now. I took some pork tenderloin out of the freezer this morning, and so I am going to do that in the Instant Pot. I am doing a new recipe I haven't tried before. I do have a pork tenderloin recipe I have made a few times in the past that we enjoy, but you make a gravy with it, and you'll see what I'm making. I'm not putting anything with our, yeah, applesauce. I'm not doing anything with our pork that needs a gravy. I just wanted to find a really simple recipe, so I found one that I think will work well. I forgot to show you earlier, I also had just a small cup of coffee as we were going out. First, I have to make just this really easy rub with a couple of teaspoons of Italian seasoning, some garlic powder, some salt, and some pepper. Just gonna get that all mixed together, and then I'm going to rub it onto the pork tenderloins. Okay, I'm gonna just evenly put this on the pork. No, it's pork tenderloin. What? And then I have my Instant Pot just warming up right now on the saute setting, so as soon as that is warmed up, I am going to put some olive oil in there, and then I think I just have to fry these for about 3 minutes per side. Get that all soaked in there. Get some nice spices on this meat. Pork tenderloin is such a nice, yummy meat. It's pretty hard to mess it up. Some other meats you can easily mess up. This, I find, always turns out good. You made sure the freezer is closed again?
Yep.
Okay. I'm gonna just take these off now. I'll take them out. It'll be a little quieter here. Oh, maybe not. All right, I'm gonna pour, I just have half a cup of chicken broth, and now that you can hopefully hear me, I'm just gonna work on kind of scraping any bits off of the bottom here. Now, I will share the link to this recipe, and the recipe does call for white wine, but I am just doing chicken bouillon here. So now I'm going to add my trivet, and I'm just gonna put those pork tenderloins back on top of that. And I am going to set my Instant Pot here to pressure cook. I better put that lid on first. Oh, listen to how quiet that is now. I am going to turn that on to pressure cook for just 5 minutes. I am going to get together a Greek salad for our veggies tonight. So I have just the end of our tomatoes from our garden. I have cucumbers. I just picked this up on my grocery order and noticed this. I'm really hoping that was Wesley that did that. I hope so. Peppers, I've got onions. I'm also going to add some feta cheese. This is a favorite summertime recipe for us. It's good anytime, but especially in the summer, it's a nice salad. Today is a warm day, so it'll be a nice cold side for our dinner. So let me go wash all these tomatoes and I will start chopping. My veggies are all chopped, and so I'm going to add a bit of garlic and then some olive oil. Oh my goodness gracious. Some lemon juice, a bit of vinegar. I used to use measurements. I used to measure, but now I just eyeball it. A bit of dill. And some oregano. I'm going to give this a stir with what I've got in here. And then after that's all mixed, I'll add, I think, about half of this tub of feta cheese. I'll just crumble it over and get it mixed. I'm just having one more small coffee before supper. This does not look like a small coffee, but I promise it's not all the way full. So that's my last coffee for the day, especially with the kids back in school and me trying to wake up between 6 and 6:30 every day. I sometimes still will have coffee in the evening, but I try to just kind of keep it to late afternoon. It's 5:30, dinner hour coffee. The meat looks delicious. I put some of the Greek salad into another container. Typically, the way you saw it without the lettuce, that is how I typically serve this. But I thought we would try it with lettuce this time, but I took half of the original Greek salad out because I don't think the lettuce will last as well like sitting in the fridge as leftovers. So I thought I'll just put enough in the bowl that I know that we will eat tonight, and then the leftovers are still, you know, salvageable that are in the fridge. And then when I was at Walmart, I bought this cheesy bread, and so I thought that that would just go well with a nice easy dinner tonight. I'll be honest, I really wanted to make biscuits tonight, or dinner rolls, or some sort of fresh baked bread, and I just realized, like, no, I need to just cut something. I don't have time in a day to do everything I want to do, and so that loaf of bread was not in my Walmart grocery pickup. But before I went to get groceries, I was like, I just know I won't have time to make bread, and so if I try, I'll just be frustrated trying to fit everything into my day. And so we just went the easy route and got the Walmart fresh baked bread. We all had a couple of these for dessert tonight.